Oh my god, you guys. Look at my bun. I got a big bun. I have like this bun thingy-majiggy that like you roll and you make a bun, and it's been working great, but today it's been giving me a bunch of trouble. So there's like a big gap in the back here, but I don't really care because it looks good from the front, and that's all that matters. Like, I'm wearing sweatpants right now, but you guys would never know. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Amaya. So today's video is going to be a really cool video in my opinion. I saw Jessica from Jam Beauty 89 do this video, and it is 10 products that I have in my collection that I like but I never use. And I just thought that was such an interesting idea because I don't dislike any of these products. Like, actually some of them I've like recommended to you guys and like I actually really like, but I never use them. Like, I get stuck in a routine of using certain products all the time. I feel like everybody does, and I feel like there's definitely products out there that we're all like, wait a minute, like I like that product, why am I not using it? So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So we're gonna start off with a mascara. This is the Maybelline The Colossal Big Shot Volume Express Mascara. So I used to love this mascara. I used it all the time when it first kind of launched and I was first trying it out, and I really liked it and I used it a ton, and now I never use it. The brush is really nice. It gives you really nice volume and length. I don't know what it is about this product, but for some reason I always just kind of overlook it. Like, people were really into this when it first launched. Like, a ton of YouTubers were part of their campaign, and now nobody talks about it. And it's just very interesting how that works, isn't it? Next I have a setting spray. This is the Hard Candy Long Wear Sheer Envy long wear setting spray. 12-hour long wear and hydration, which is really awesome. The spray on this is actually really nice and it has a very nice mist. However, there's something about the smell of this that makes me not want to use it. The smell is like a weird, like sweet, just licoricey, strange sort of scent. I bought it like 2 months ago maybe, and I've used it like 2 or 3 times, but the first time I used it, it left my face feeling sticky. I don't know if that had to do with what I was wearing, like my makeup, or it was the setting spray. So I tried it a few other times. Didn't really do that as much, but it just didn't wow me. Every time I try this product, I'm like, I don't really know. I don't really want to use it. I just like forget about it. Next we have the NYC liquid liner. I have raved about this liner actually a lot in the past, and I totally recommend it. However, I always end up using the NYX matte liquid liner, and I forget about this guy, and I think it's because the NYX matte liquid liner dries so fast and the tip is just a tiny bit thinner than this one, and I think those two things combined just make me reach for the NYX one more. I need to start reaching for this one more because, one, it's cheaper. Like, even though it's not by much cheaper, it is still cheaper, and it's a great liquid liner. It's very black. I just think that the NYX one dries faster, and I just like the tip a little bit better, so I always go for that one as opposed to this one. Next I have the e.l.f. blush palette. This is in the shade Light, and there's a few reasons why I don't reach for this. So first off, none of these colors necessarily appeal to me that much. This one has some glitter in it, and I don't really like that. It's kind of like chunky gold glitter. This one is very hot pink, which isn't really my style. This one's very like bright light pink, which also isn't really my style, and this one is just a little too brown for me for a blush. The other thing about these blushes is they are crazy pigmented, which makes it so hard to use them because you like dab your brush in just a little bit and you go to apply it and it's like pink, like all over your face, and you're just like, nah. I just feel like they don't look that good on my skin. So even though they're really great blushes, I don't regret getting this palette, I just feel that they're not really for me all the time, you know? I have a product from Sephora. This is their Radiant Luminizing Drops. You guys might be kind of shocked to hear this because I raved about these last year and the year before. They are so great. This is actually the shade that I don't really like as much. This is in the shade Ultra Light. I'll just show you guys. Like, look at how beautiful they are. They're creamy, they're gorgeous, they dry pretty fast, which I actually kind of like because they don't stay sticky on the face. They set down really nicely. This shade in particular I don't really love because it does literally nothing. I mixed it with my foundation, I don't notice. Put it on my face, I don't notice it. But for some reason, I just never end up reaching for these, and I think it's because the dropper finally annoyed me. It's so hard to actually pick up product with the dropper, and that kind of started to annoy me. Also, the one in Morning Light that I have started leaking and getting kind of gross and weird, so that also kind of turned me off from using it. The dropper is just so obnoxious that I'm like, ugh, I just don't even want to bother with it when I have other liquid highlights that apply much easier and their dropper actually works, so I just end up reaching for those. But I need to get back into using this because look at how gorgeous they are. Okay, next we have a lip product. These are the e.l.f. moisturizing lipsticks. I have probably 7 of these. I don't know, I have a lot of them. I have almost every single shade. But for some reason, I never reach for these, and I don't know why. Let me just swatch them. This is the shade Ravishing Rose, which is a really, really gorgeous rose shade. And then I also have this one, which is in Bordeaux Beauty, which is a nice dark red. These are just the first 2 shades that I pulled out, and that's what that looks like. It's a nice dark berry. So the bottoms come off right here, the bottom of the lipstick where the color shows, and this is actually a lip balm. I don't know if I can get my finger in there with my nails right now, but it's like a nice moisturizing creamy lip balm. So I think the whole premise of this lipstick is that you apply the lipstick, then you apply this over it to kind of touch up and re-moisturize your lips. I just never reach for them, which is really weird because they do last a pretty good amount of time on the lips, and I also really like how they feel, and they have so many colors. So I'm kind of putting these in here so I can remember to start using them again because they're so great. I mean, look at those colors. Next, I have another blush. This is from Essence, and this is the Satin Touch blush. This is in the shade Satin Love. In the spring and summer, people were raving about this blush. I put it in my full face of first impressions that I did in the spring. I used it that one time and it looked good, but something about this product, every time I use it, I don't want to use it again, and I don't know why. It's very, very creamy to the touch. It's an absolutely gorgeous shade. Like, this is totally my type of blush shade. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. I think the fact that this is so creamy, it's almost like a gel creamy sort of powder, turns me off. I don't know why. I feel like it sets weird on the skin sometimes, and it looks like it kind of sticks down in places because it is so creamy and so gel-like, and for that reason it just kind of turns me off from wanting to ever use this, which makes me mad. I need to use it because it's a gorgeous shade, but I don't know, I don't see the hype about this. And lastly, we have 2 eyeshadows. So the first ones are the Morphe Pressed Pigment Shadows. So these were so hyped up like 2 summers ago. People were raving about these. However, I haven't really heard anything about them since. Like, nobody's talked about them since then. I have the shade Mimosa Sundae, and I also have the shade High Class. So I wear both of these shades on my lids, like from other palettes, but for some reason I never reach for these. Like, I don't think I've ever worn this one actually in like an eye look. But as you can see, they're very creamy and they're very pigmented. Like, what everyone was saying about them and raving about was totally true. They're absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that. I think it's the fact that I never reach for single shadows like this in little compacts in general. They're just so gorgeous, and I don't know what stopped me from using them. Like, look at them, you guys. Then the last ones are the Catrice Liquid Metal Eyeshadows. I have We Are the Champagnes and Satina Vanderwoodsen, which is really funny. I love the names of these guys. These look so beautiful online, and this Satina Vanderwoodsen, and then this is We Are the Champagnes. Look at how gorgeous they are, right? I think I have an idea of why I don't like these, though, because they look so stunning in the pan. Like, they look so glittery and shimmery, but in reality they're actually quite powdery, and I think that's what kind of turns me off from them, because when you put them on the eyes, you don't get like this shiny, glittery, gorgeous liquid metal effect. You get like kind of a powdery shimmer. Just kind of turns me off every time I look at them. I'm like, you are gorgeous, but I know you're not gonna look like that on my eyes, and that makes me very upset. So that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked hearing kind of the products that I feel like I need to use more. I know we get like caught up in the hype of all the products all the time. There's new stuff coming out constantly, and we're just like buy, 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 try, 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 try. And I feel like sometimes it's nice to kind of slow down and take a look at what we actually have and be like, do I actually like this? Do I actually use this? And if so, do I actually need another one of it if I don't really like it? So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. It's delicious.